So Kevin, back for pre-season. How does it feel to be back in working with the guys again?
Yeah, it's been good. You know, the boys have all come back. You know, fit. There's no one that's unfit. That what used to happen. You know what I mean? It's everybody comes back fitter now. So there's no a massive amount of fitness stuff that we need to do. We've had a couple of hard sessions, but they're all good to go and starting to sharpen things up now.
Brilliant. So obviously plenty of familiar faces back again from last season, but a few new faces as well. Will you tell us a bit about the recruitment that's happened over the summer?
Yeah, you know, we identified, you know, an area of the pitch that we wanted to improve in, and we've kind of hit our targets with the players that we brought in. Proven goal scorers, you know, a lot of guys who create chances, and you know they'll all be a valuable asset now to the club and to the team. You know, couple that up with, you know, a couple of fresh faces, you know, in the back end of the pitch as well. You know, a new goalkeeper, you know, a new defender, and we're looking good as a squad.
Obviously, it's going to be your first pre-season as well here as Berwick manager, and you came in midway through the year last year. And we spoke, I think, when you arrived about how there's a few challenges with that. What do you want to do now that you've had the time to work with the guys, a bit more time going ahead?
We just want to, you know, have a style of play that suits us, that's conducive, it's productive. You know, I think that was probably the biggest, but I don't think we created enough chances in my time here last year. You know, I want us to be creating more chances, and I want us to be more clinical. You know, I want us to be better on the ball. You know, I want us to look after the ball and control games more. So, you know, we're all geared up for that. We've got players in that suits that kind of style. So just hopefully it all comes together. You know, plans are great, but if they don't come together, then you look like you've got egg on your face. But that's the way we're set up. You know, that's the way I believe that we should be playing, and hopefully that comes to fruition.
I'm sure we look forward to seeing the guys back in action as well. So could you talk a bit about the pre-season schedule coming up? That's starting off with a open training session as well on the weekend.
Yeah, so it's an open training session. You know, it's just to engage some more with supporters. You know, our supporters are invaluable to us. If we can entice our supporters down to interact with the players, you know, they'll get a little spell to interact with particularly the new players. You know, that's great. We want to be, you know, inclusive to everybody. Supporters, board, myself, you know, we all want to be, you know, going in the same direction. So that's the reason for that. So the boys will be doing a double session. They'll have their fitness stuff in the morning. You know, a proper session in the morning. We'll have some lunch, and then we'll have it's basically a game amongst ourselves, which people can attend to if they want to.
And obviously training sessions here, training sessions back in Berwick. You've had the lads up off the seat as well recently, I've been seeing.
We did. It's a wee bit old school, but it's more about the mentality side. You know, he's trying to build a good group that are going to help each other and pull each other through. So that's really the purpose for that. You know, it's to work on the mental side. When they think they're tired, you know, they've got a wee bit more to give, and they've got teammates that are encouraging them and teammates that are helping them through it. So it was good. You know, I was going to say I think the boys enjoyed it. I'm not sure they did. I certainly enjoyed it. It's not a session that I liked when I played, but it's like I say, it's more about the team building than anything else.
And what do you want to see from the group then when they do start playing in those friendlies which will be coming up?
It's a team. You know, we've got to be a team, and that goes back to just kind of what I touched on there. As a club, we want to be a team. You know, we want to be connected to the board. There's no separation between the board and the playing squad. There's no separation between the playing squad and myself. And as a group, we want to be pulling the same direction, and that includes the supporters.
And obviously, just to finish off then, what would your message be to the supporters? I was going to say seems to be a great connection, you know, finishing off last season with a bit of momentum, as well as that link you mentioned there with, you know, Kevin and Chris and all the guys behind the scenes as well. Yeah,
the message to supporters is it's the same. You know, I think every interview we kind of go over this, and it's that connection that we're all in it together. The players represent the supporters when they go on the pitch every single week. You know, the supporters hurt on defeats. Supporters are ecstatic with victories, and that's the exact same as the boys. You know, we're in it together, and we want to represent the club and represent the supporters the best we can.
Yeah, all sounds good, and thanks for not making me walk up half asleep my tripod today.
No worries.
Cheers.